Hello, here is a video to get you started to working in our class online. The work that we'll be doing will mostly be through our D2L page. So once you get to our normal Calc 1 D2L page, if you scroll down a bit, you'll see a couple of announcements I've sent out recently. This one has our new revised schedule. Notice I crossed out the exam here. I'm not deleting this exam, I'm just postponing it until we figure out what's really going on with PIMA. Are we going to get back in person or are we going to stay online? Once I know for sure, I'll let you know what's going to happen with exams. And then down here is a message basically giving you an overview of what we will be doing in our class. We're going to still try to meet during our class time and do as much as we can that's as similar to what we did before. The big difference is, if we go to content, you will see I have created 3 new modules. The first one is an overview of learning online, and this is basically the same as the email that I sent out, and as well as the announcement. But at the end, I've got a revised schedule posted, and I will also post this video as a great resource. If we go up to our original Math220 course information, I have our new revised schedule here as well, at the bottom. You can see what's revised is this stuff in blue. What comes after, we will figure out, like I said, once we know what's going on with our courses. So, back into the table of contents. Our second new module is class on 3:30, and then I have started writing one for class on 4:1. We are having our first class period after spring break on Monday the 30th. When you go into this module, you'll see there are several different links for you to click on. The first is the list of activities. I want you to read through this before we begin class. It'll give you an idea of what's happening. All right. So first, you're going to read through section 3.9. Then you're going to read through the example and the notes that we did. Those are the examples that we did last class period. Right. Then tune into our virtual classroom at 12:45. There's a link in this module, and I'll show you what it looks like. Basically, I'm going to upload the D2L notes that you're used to seeing and give a little lecture. When you are in the virtual class, you should be able to ask me questions and talk to each other if you need to. All right. We're going to have a quiz. The quiz is going to be due basically the next day. I will give you the end of the class period to work together on it, and then any extra time you need, you can work on it and submit it the next day. Okay. If you are still having trouble, which for 3.9 you might be because it's a hefty section, watch the videos on WebAssign for this section. I have posted videos for all of the sections that we are definitely going to be covering during the online time here, and I will post more if we stay online. In WebAssign, go to our course, then scroll to the very bottom until you see resources. You'll probably just see this resources link, but you click on it, click on Stewart, click on the chapter, you'll get down to the videos that I've posted. All right, work on the homework assignment for 3.9. Homework hasn't really changed at all. It's still going to be due about a week after we cover stuff in class. Yeah, you can keep asking me, ask your teacher questions if you have them. All right. Now, if we go back to this module, here we've got a link to the lecture notes. These are the same PDF lecture notes that I have posted over here, class notes PDF. All right. This Math220 lecture on 3:30, this is what you will click to join our virtual classroom. So you'll see, you can click this Enter Meeting Room button. You'll be allowed to enter in a week because that's when our class is. Basically what you want to do is, use headphones instead of speakers. try to get in so that you can talk, so enable the microphone, but also listen, so you enable your audio. Okay. Next in this module, the discussion section. This is where I want you to post questions about the homework or the lecture or the worksheets. And this is sort of my asynchronous office hour. I would like anyone who has any kind of questions to just start a new thread. You know, maybe we're looking at related rates, sliding ladder. That's a pretty common question. Then you can write in here what your question is. Click post. For discussions, I would like you to either type in with the equation editor or take pictures of the work you've already done. If you type in with the equation editor, you'll click on these three dots, then click on this summation, and eventually the math palette will show up. So you can say 3 sine squared x plus blah, blah, blah. Insert it, and it shows up as an equation here. The other option, which I think will probably get used more often, would be to insert an image. Okay? So you can just take it off your computer. If you take a picture, then put it on your computer. You can post the picture in here. If the picture is huge, please scale it down so that we can read it better. Now, I am not going to grade these. The discussions are not for grading. They're for getting help. And I really, really want you guys to use them so that you can talk to each other about different problems. And that way, if you have questions or it's not a lecture period, you can ask me. The last piece I have posted here is the quiz for 330. If you click on that, that will take you to an assignment folder. And let's see if I go into student view, view as student, content, click on quiz. All right. You should be able to upload whatever you have for your quiz. So when I post the quiz, you can print it out and work on it and then upload it here, but with a scanner. If you can't print it out, just write your work on a separate sheet of paper. I do need you to upload what you have, so either a scanner or take really legible pictures of it with your phone and upload those here. All right. Last thing I can think of off the top of my head, in this module, when it's time for us to work on worksheets during our virtual class time, I will post them here. And then when it's time for the quiz, I will post it here. I'm not going to post them early because I don't want people working on them while we are going over examples. So I hope this helps.